everybody, it's Long 13 here. Cheers, bitches. I'm out here in the garage playing with my ferro rods. And I was playing with some new stuff I got. This is putty to make your own molds. So I figured, you know what, why not? I'll give it a try. Okay, and I was trying to figure out what skull design do I want to use, and I have this is a glass one that I have in the living room. There's like 5 different ones, different colors, and they're just a little bit different each one. And I figured I would try this one. It looked like a good shape. So I made a mold of this. And then I made my first skull out of my own mold. And this is with the clear. And it turned out pretty good. I mean, it's not, you know, it's different on the bottom, of course. But, and the face is not as, it's a little bit different. But hey, that just makes it more unique. So this is my first resin skull that I've made out of my own mold. So I'm still learning. I got a ferro rod that is molding now with this skull here out of the mold I use for this, so I can't show you the mold. So when it's done, I'll show you. This is just the experiment. I got some glue, I got some mold putty. This is A and B, and this is a glass skull that I'm going to attempt to make a mold out of. So here is a chunk of this color. And I'll try to get the same amount of both, if I can. I'm gonna need a little bit more yellow. Never done this before. Figure I'd try something different. Those look like about the same, don't they? They look about the same amount. And then what you're supposed to do is mix them together. Okay, let's mix them together. Looks mixed. Okay, here's the skull I want to use. Right here. So it's not. Okay, I'm just gonna go with that. See if that works. Okay, everybody, here's my little contraption that I made. Okay, here's the mold that I made. And this, I'm using different epoxy. This epoxy doesn't dry as fast. And you know, it's more clear than the other kind you buy at the hardware store. So I made this little thing just so I could hold my ferro rod inside my mold while the epoxy is drying. So let's take my little contraption apart, and then we have this. Okay, everybody, I think this is set it enough to take it out. I'm gonna drink me a nice Spaten. If you've never had a Spaten before, give it a try. Or not, bitches. Good stuff, man. I made another mold here of another one. I'm letting that dry now. So Here's the original. Here's the one I made. And here's the ferro rod I made. And this is also the mold that I made. I'm getting into this shit way too deep, people. Boom. There's one I made. First one I made. I'm going to have to do some trimming after it gets a little more dry. That's cool. That is my own design. Kind of looks like one of my masks, don't it? Looks like kind of one of my masks, maybe. That's my first one out of my first mold. I'm going to let that sucker dry. Let's see what it looks like with the... I know it's going to go good because I put a lot of powder in it. Boom. Yeah, once I get that all nice and it's still a little soft, it's drooping a little bit. But yeah, that's going to look cool. I'll show you more later, I think. Maybe, I don't know.